please, please, please do not start a clothing brand until you've answered this one simple question. But it's a question that's going to give you the absolute clarity that you need in order to commit to this for the long term. And the question is this: why do I want to start a clothing brand? It seems like such an obvious question to ask, doesn't it? But can you really, honestly, truthfully articulate exactly why, out of all the possible businesses that you could have chosen to start, you've somehow landed on the idea of starting a clothing brand? Well, if you have, then hats off to you. We'd love to know what it is. Leave a comment below. We want to know what's motivated you to start, or perhaps you've already started. Share it with everybody else. If not, then you're in good company, because this is the video that I wish I'd watched 5 years ago before I started my own clothing brand. It wasn't there. I've started my own clothing brand and now I'm on with this YouTube channel. So I've decided to create it for you and I hope you enjoy it. So why is such a simple question as this the most important thing that you can ask yourself at this stage? Well, the answer to that is in order that you can go into this with your eyes wide open, so that you can make this decision having honestly reflected on exactly what it is that's motivating you at this time in your life to start a clothing brand. Yes, people change and circumstances change, so it could well be that in 6 to 12 months time, or even a number of years time, a clothing brand may not be the path that you are on. But does it feel right? And can you articulate exactly why at this moment it is the right decision for you? As I say, it may not be that you end up on this path, but ultimately it's going to lead to other decisions. And as we all know, one thing can often lead to another. Here I am with a YouTube channel, as well as a clothing brand. So I would encourage you to sit in a darkened room, maybe go on a long walk on your own, don't take your phone, and just really think about what it is that's motivating you to start. So let's be clear then, there are many, many different reasons why people get started with their own clothing brand. You only have to look at the sheer number and breadth of clothing brands across the UK, across the States, across the world to get a sense of just how enormous, of course, the fashion industry is. And because of that, it drags in different people with different backgrounds, with different skill sets. And of course, therefore, I can't answer exactly why you should start your own clothing brand. That's something that you'll no doubt come to terms with or get to grips with if you haven't already done so after watching this video. But what I can do is maybe just share very quickly the 3 reasons why I've decided to start my own casual cycling apparel brand, Velokind. The first of which was around giving me a creative outlet. Having and still currently working in a corporate career, sales career for well over 20 years now, it gave me something that I could grow from scratch, my baby, if you like. The second reason is that it's a very easy industry to get started in. You don't need a huge amount of capital outlay. I'll leave a link to a video up here if you want to look at some of the different ways that you can get started with your clothing brand. And third reason really, and this is the thing that trumps absolutely everything else. So when things are getting difficult, I'm questioning whether starting a clothing brand was the right thing to do. It's dragging me away from my family. It's giving me big bags under the eyes. This is the sort of thing that I come back to, and that is my drive for time and financial freedom. Now, I know that starting a clothing brand is not an easy business to get into, so I'm not expecting an easy life, but ultimately what I do want to carve out for myself is that time and financial independence from other people, from working for another job, in order that I'm ultimately in charge of my own destiny. And that's the thing that keeps me motivated to keep pushing on, sort of 5 years after having had the original idea and 2.5 years after having launched the brand. So I'd be interested to know if any of those 3 resonate with you. So am I there yet? Well, the answer is no, and I don't mind telling you that, because this is something that is not going to happen overnight. And I'm cool with that, because what I have got is hope. I have got something that nobody can take away from me, something that I can take in any direction I choose, something that I have complete control over, something that I can put my heart and soul into in order to make a success in the long run. And to me, that is absolutely invaluable. So ask yourself this: why do you want to start a clothing brand?